Welcome back to Sharjah Cricket Stadium and have a look at this. Match 16 belongs to the Sharjah Warriors. Back-to-back wins. They win tonight by 11 runs. Some great individual performances. The Golf Giants not too happy about that one, that is for sure. But the Warriors get the points and they get that momentum. Hello, thank you so much for joining us here on Cricket Safari. It's great to have your company. I've got Ruji alongside me, Mike Hazeman and Chris Silverwood, the bowling coach for the Sharjah Warriors. Firstly, mate, congratulations. Another good win. Back-to-back, that must feel nice.
Yeah, it's lovely. Obviously, we needed a bit of momentum coming into these games. So obviously picking up a win last night and then following up today with what I felt was a really good performance as well is superb. So hopefully we keep that momentum going and take it into the next games. As
of yesterday, the last 9 games that the Sharjah Warriors lost was batting first. And now you've won 2 on the bounce, batting first, which must be good. And it's a long competition. It's good to know you can do it. But your bowlers, particularly tonight, talk us through their performance and what you liked about it.
I just thought we stuck at it. We did the basics well, which is one thing that we've really spoken about, is trying, especially here. I mean, the length is so important, and making sure that we hammer away at that length time and time again and make it hard for the batsmen to score. And I think today we did that, and especially from the seam unit, I thought they were excellent.
They certainly were. And Ruji, we talk about wickets in the power play, how important it is. And, 4 for the Sharjah Warriors tonight. It's a nice way to do a power play.
100%. James Vince touched on it at the post-match, saying it's always difficult, always chasing the game if you lost 4 wickets for absolute nothing in that power play. Yes, 174, I felt on the surface was probably a very good score, but they had to keep up with the rate. So it was always catch up for Moeen Ali at the back end to do what he did with Azmatullah Omarzai. But like Chris said, I think the bowling unit together, I thought Sikandar rotated the bowlers really well to give Patirana that 18th over just to close the game out. I thought his lengths were magnificent, taking the pace of the ball, trying to asking the batters to drag the ball with that change of pace into the longer fence. I think collectively the seamers bowled really, really good job.
Hazy, I don't want to put anyone on the spot here, but I'm going to certainly in front of Chris. I mean, you retired yesterday from the game. Ruji got it wrong again today, and Simon Dool and I were the only ones that picked the Sharjah Warriors up the wires, and we got it right. Even though you've retired, who were you cheering for again?
Righto. So, Chris.
No, you ask her.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Stick with me. I'm good.
I'm right at the bottom of the table in the commentators list at the moment.
And that's okay. We're not mad at. Look at the Sharjah Warriors.
They were bottom, and now look at 2 in a row.
Now 2 in a row, absolutely.
I want to know what difference has that made to that change room. I mean, we keep hearing about the Sharjah Warriors talking about the fact that the change room's still good, and they haven't won a game, they're sitting bottom for some time, and Sikandar mentioned that to me at the toss yesterday. But this must make a massive difference now in that change room once they win that one yesterday and double up today.
It does. Obviously, the confidence will grow. We know that. But, I mean, just to talk about the dressing room for a second, it has always been very good in there. The camaraderie, we stick together, and we do work very hard together, especially in practice. And it's great to see the boys get that success out on the field for the hard work they put in. But I think it'll make the confidence grow. Obviously, give the momentum that we've mentioned. So hopefully we go from strength to strength and we can keep pushing this.
And how tough is that as the bowling coach to get that environment going straight away? Because I mean, you guys come straight in. You're not together all that long. How tough is it to gel those guys straight away and get them firing?
Well, I think a lot of it's down to the character of the people we've got in the dressing room as well. You put the right collection together. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's more doable. And I think the fact is that we have got some very good characters in there. We've got people that like to work hard, and we've seen that, and we've seen it play out on the practice field, and frankly we're seeing that now come to life on the field out there.
Good stuff.
I'd like to ask you about a couple of individual players if I could, and the first one would be Patirana, and what he did out here tonight is 3 wickets. He was crucial really in the victory. What do you like about him? What have you been working on, and what have you seen translate from nets to out here?
I've been very lucky. I've spent a lot of time with Paddy over the years, obviously with my time with Sri Lanka and that, so I've seen him come through. But do you know what? He is world class, and he can turn a game on its head. And the one thing that we have talked about in the dressing room is the fact that he can come and produce that spell that can blow a hole in any batting lineup. He is different. He does it his way, but I think that's the beauty of him as well. And you wouldn't want to take that X factor away from him. So his variations, he's got pace. I've seen him clock up 152 in the past. But again, I've seen him, blow many a hole in strong batting lineups.
And these variations that he does have, the release variations, the delivery from the shoulder is generally the slower delivery, and the one from the chest is generally the stock ball. What do you polish up with that? Anything?
Well, as I said, he does it his way, and I think it's just a natural variation in the release point of what he's trying to do, to be honest. But it is different. like I say, he can bowl fast, he's got good variation, he's got a good bouncer, and he's got a really, really good Yorker. And his control is just building all the time.
Because there was a little bit of concern that his release points were different a couple of years ago. I remember it was a bit lower than it was now. But I mean, the instinctive play, the way the Sri Lankans go about it, is a completely different game to most.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we don't often see that. Say if we go back to England, we don't often see actions like this. I think what we do see in Sri Lanka is that there's many various ways of doing things, and one thing they do is embrace that, and I think it's great, to be honest. So for me to work with obviously Patty and Nuan over the time, it's taught me a lot about, do you know what, sometimes you just got to ride this and you've got to work with what they're good at. And just try and promote that, and that's exactly what these guys do.
If we could touch on another man who performed very well tonight, Wasim Akram with the ball, another 3 wickets for him. What was your assessment of his performance tonight?
I thought it was excellent tonight. I think, you know, I mean, he got a little bit of stick last time we played these guys, and I think to come out and show the confidence he did and get stuck into them like he did and pick up the wickets. I mean, picking up the wickets was key at this point. We knew that we were going to come hard at us. And taking wickets is always going to be a key for us to win this phase of the game and ultimately go on to win the match.
When you have a player that doesn't maybe execute plans the way you initially talk about, which happens, we all have bad days. I mean, look at me. No, I'm joking. But also, you know, you do have bad days. Yesterday I said it was Saturday. But we move on. But what do you say in the dressing room when they haven't had the best day? And how do you ensure that in these environments, when the tournaments, yeah, they're sort of long, but they're actually very short in the grand scheme of things, how do you keep the ball rolling? Because right now the games are coming thick and fast for you guys. It
is. You pump the tyres up. I mean, there's a lot of information out there that you can use as well to actually show them where things went wrong. But equally, you can show them how to get it right as well. And I think that's more important, is right, okay, well, this has happened, but this is how we go on and put this right. And next time, if we do this, the chances of your success are very high. So you pump the tyres up and get them back out in the park and let them go and express themselves.
Can I go back to the first game? I've known Dwayne Pretorius, obviously, for a long time. He would have been devastated after that first game. He got pumped into the shop window and that sort of stuff. He would have been really low. I know him very well to know that. But so how do you handle that straight away? I mean, I guess you don't at the time. You speak to him probably the next day. But what was the process?
Well, I left him that night. In fact, I walked up to him, put my arm around him, give him a pat on my shoulder, a little bit of a nod, and then the next morning at breakfast, I caught up with him and to find out how he was really.
Right.
And from there, we looked at what happened, methodically picked it to bits.
Yep.
And then, as he does, he went into the nets and he nailed all his skills.
Yep.
And we worked his way through every phase, up front, in the middle, and at the death. And we just looked at a couple of little cue points that he could use. He found one that worked, and the next thing you know, his confidence is through the roof, and he's performing again.
And got some runs with the bat as well.
Absolutely.
Important time.
And you also mentioned a couple of key players, and you want an environment that breeds positivity. Now, you've got a stand-in captain who's obviously been captain for many franchises. How does his role help, or how does his presence help? Because, hey, he's a very good utility cricketer in being a complete all-rounder, but just his changes of bowlings today as well, with Tim Southee missing out, I'm sure that must give you guys a lot of confidence and comfort in terms of talking to the younger lot of players you have.
Absolutely. I mean, he has got the best out of some of our players here. I mean, he communicates well with them, he can get his points across, he manoeuvred the bowling well, and obviously he's in the middle of it all the time, is in the action, which always helps as well. But, you know, I mean, his character's coming out here and he's showing that.
Can you confirm that he does stop talking at some stage?
No.
No, you can't.
We'll ask the umpires. We'll ask the umpires. They got an absolute earful tonight. No, but he's fascinating to watch because even when he didn't have the captain's armband on here in Sharjah, and I think maybe your first or second game, he was so electric in the field. He was giving it his all, and it was great to see him again lead from the front tonight. But I'd like to talk about a couple of other English boys in your side when it comes to the batting. And let's start with Tom Abel, who really helped set the platform after, I mean, JC and TKC, they did a bit, but maybe not enough, not what we're used to seeing from them. And then for him to come in and play the way he did, what did you like about it?
I just thought he played very good cricket shots. I mean, that was the first thing for me. There was no slogging, it was just good cricket shots at the right time, making good choices, you know, I mean, picking the areas he wants to hit. And he was just very calm and collected the way he went about it as well, which really settled things down for us.
And you talk about the characters, the right characters in the change room. I mean, Tom was exactly that right character.
He was at this stage, and as I've just said, he calmed the situation down, and like I say, just methodically went through what he was doing, which is what we see back in county cricket back home and at the Blast and everything else. So he's done it his way, and he's proved that it works.
And I'm sure he's terrific in the change room with the younger guys as well, and passing on stuff.
Absolutely, he does. I mean, again, just going back to the dressing room, we do talk a lot in there. We share ideas, and it's a very open forum in there, which really helps. But equally, you look at him in the field as well. You get him and Ethan running the boundary last night, and again round here it's electric, and it makes a massive difference for us.
And you got a little bit of electricity behind the stumps in James Roux. Great to see him make his debut. I mean, what a ridiculous first shot on your first ball at the tournament. Like, have some, enjoy it. That was brilliant to watch, fantastic. Yeah. But tonight, to sort of back that up again with the bat, what should that be telling us about the environment that you have here with the Sharjah Warriorz?
Well, I think it shows that, people can come in and fit in straight away, and that's what I love about it. They can come in, they can express themselves, and they don't feel under any pressure to be anybody but themselves. And I think we've seen that with Rui coming in here. I mean, he's come in, he's played his shots, he's settled in very nicely, and he looks like he's been here for a long time, which is super.
He certainly does look like he's been here for a long time. Is that how you imagine your second game going down?
I did not play the reverse sweep till I retired. So then, not me.
You're not the guy.
Not me. But
you're not.
But like Chris is saying, I mean, exuding confidence with no baggage, because he obviously hasn't got the legacy in terms of proving a point. But coming off from the English setup, the reverse sweep to Rashid Khan yesterday to get off the mark and a nicely flicked off his legs, and then a reverse sweep for 6 again tonight, just shows that you guys allow him to play that natural variation. And also the other thing was he understood the situation of the game. Yes, played his shot, but ran very well between the wickets with Tom Abel and allowed that 71 partnership to brew.
Yeah, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I mean, one of the things that we did do is run very well, and we knew that if the boundaries weren't coming, the one thing we could do is pushing the field and turn those ones into twos and put the fielders under pressure. And I thought the two of them did that really well. And
he's busy behind the stumps as well. There's always something going on back there. If I was a batter, you would make the batter sort of put you off a bit, wouldn't it?
You still can't out-chat Sikandar Raza.
But can he out-chat me? See, we don't know. We don't know this yet.
I'm happy to Dora should have a one-on-one.
We could see what happens. So what next for the Sharjah Warriorz? You got a day off, a day or two, and then back to it?
Day off tomorrow. So they'll have a rest tomorrow, then a couple of days training, and then back in. So we'll just, again, have a look at where we can improve, get on the training field, practice that, and come back and see what the next game holds for us.
Brilliant.
I love that for you. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you coming over and chatting to us. Congratulations. Another good win. Back to back. You're a legend.
Nice one, Silvers.
How good is that? So it was great to have his insight and thoughts there, and it must be a nice feeling for them after everyone sort of, well, I don't want to say they wrote them off, but no one was particularly positive after the 3 losses. But to bounce back, 2 on the trot. Hazy, you've been here from the start. It's quite the turnaround.
Yeah, it's terrific. I mean, they've been outplayed a lot in this tournament. I was worried about them, and I was worried about, obviously, the captain, Tim Southey, but obviously he's on the rotation at the moment. Sikandar's come in, and Sikandar's got him fired up a little bit. I mean, Tim, I'm sure, will come back and perform well, but it's really good to see him turn around. I think it's great for the tournament as well. I think it's fascinating to hear the attitude of both JP Duminy and also Chris. I mean, they're both very relaxed individuals, and that just permeates out that entire squad. They've just got to probably, I think, tap Sikandar on the head occasionally from time to time, just so settle down a little bit maybe, and just sort of let the boys go about it. But good on them. It's clearly a good environment.
My understanding is JP's a big dancer and singer, so maybe if Sikandar could sort of channel that energy into a bit of singing and dancing. I mean, I've offered up a song every single game we've been here.
In the build-up?
The build-up,
no, not
during.
You.
No. Sorry, I could do it all,
sorry,
but I was talking about Sikandar.
Oh.
Maybe that's where he could start to put some of his energy, although it must be one of those things where they say people, leading by example, particularly in the field, when things are a little bit in the balance.
Then
having Sikandar, he's your guy.
Yeah.
100%. Like I said, he comes with a wealth of experience in all facets, bowling, batting, and he's a gun fielder as well. But I think more importantly, what must give Sikandar and Chris and JP a lot of confidence is that multiple match winners in the last 2 games. You saw Johnson Charles with the runs, Sikandar himself an all-round performance. Tonight, James Roux and Tom Abel with the runs to get 174. I think 174 they should just trademark.
Just
get 174, bat first, because everybody's going to choose to bowl first. So you bat first, get 174, and that's the template. I think that should be the only chat Sikandar should have with anybody else.
174. 174. Put it on a T-shirt. Horses for Courses is on one shirt, and
160 duplex.
Yeah, all of that. 360 deluxe.
360
Oh, we've got a lot of trademarks to work through here. A lot of T-shirts. Absolutely.
But you just need to remember what day it is.
I don't know what day it is today. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a short break here. I'm going to let these two go because I think it's Friday. Just joking. What day is it? Monday, maybe. We're going to take a short break. I'll find out what day it is. And when we come back, I'll have some new guests to talk us through the Golf Giants. Stay with us. Welcome back to Cricket Safari. Thank you so much for staying with us. Well, another good win for the Sharjah Warriors here at Sharjah Cricket Stadium. It's good for them to get a win at home against the Golf Giants, who have been looking really interesting in this tournament. I've got Waka and Simon Doull alongside me now. And boys, if you're the Golf Giants right now, did you let this one slip, do you think?
Yeah, maybe you can say that. I mean, they had things in control for a while, but they lost too many wickets in the power play. When you lose these many wickets in the power play, you're always catching the game. Then you need someone to play outstandingly well to win the game. Although there was a partnership between Umar Zai and Moeen, but not enough. I mean, you lose one wicket and then it all comes to square one.
And Dooley, I don't want to brag, but I do believe if you rewind, I don't know if televisions can still do that, but if you were to rewind to the start of the game, both you and I picked the Sharjah Warriors to, yes, sorry, Waka. You
two can carry on.
Up the wires, we said it and they did it. And I almost feel what's more important for them is they prove that not only can they win by batting first, but they can win at home.
Yeah, and it's finding a way to get to a total that you think might be competitive. And so many teams in that situation, when you're 3 down, 4 down at stages, you think, okay, we've got to keep going, we've got to push harder. But they figured out that 170, 174 is actually their sweet spot. I think they've defended that 3 times in the tournament in the last couple of years. But you work your way to a total that you think you might be able to defend if you bowl really well. If you keep going and get bowled out for 145, 150, you're probably going to lose 8 times out of 10. So, you know, it was a surface that looked like it was going to be that 170 to 180 mark, not a 200 surface like we've seen at different times here at this ground. And they worked it out. I thought their bowling performance was brilliant tonight. I thought they did a great job with the ball. Chris Silverwood was talking about that. Patirana is finding that rhythm. And that was nice with Alan Wilkins actually post-match, just talking about the fact that he thinks he's slowly getting there. And it's taken about a year for him to actually find that rhythm again that he had maybe 2 years ago. And he kind of lost it. We were at the IPL, we've seen him the last 8-9 months, and he's had little injuries and lost it a little bit. But if he finds the form that that he found tonight continuously for the back end of the tournament, they're in a good spot.
It's not easy for him, isn't it?
No.
With that action, it's
There's a bit going on.
Yeah, especially when you give him a new ball. With the old ball reversing, I think it's a little bit easier because you know where the ball is going to go. But with that action coming so round, he sometimes doesn't know how to control it, and that's why he goes wide outside the off stump. The odd one goes down the leg side, and you know it takes time. I feel that he took him 2 years, and now he's finding his feet and know exactly what he's doing. I guess he's probably talking to Malinga and all of that, because it's very similar to Lasith Malinga. Malinga mastered it very well, but of course he's getting better and better.
He certainly is, and a player who's really interesting to watch. And if you follow county cricket and you follow the 100, you'll know about Chris Wood, who for the Golf Giants was one of the success stories tonight with his 2 wickets. He's gone through a lot of injuries. He's gone through a lot of stuff to get to this position where he's going around the world playing in the different tournaments. And we've seen him be successful. Two games in a row for the Golf Giants.
Yeah, and you know that when James Vince is involved, because of the Hampshire connection, he's going to want players that he knows he can trust. And he's trusted Chris Wood for years at Hampshire to bowl back at the end of the game overs, bowl the Yorkers, take pace off, go wide of the right-handers, use the extremities of the ground, which he did brilliantly tonight. And when you have a captain that's backing you from an ownership point of view, because James Vince will have a reasonable say on who they buy at the auction, what sort of players he wants to captain. You know, Liam Dawson's another one.
Yeah, those are 3 very tight Hampshire boys.
They are, they're Hampshire boys. But from a captaincy point of view, you want to be going to. Waka's done captaincy at the international level. You know you want players in your side that you know you can trust. Yeah. When you go to them to do a job for you, or at least attempt to get that job right. And in Chris Wood, he can trust. And, he's been very good, I think, the last 2 games. It's just been their batting in the power play tonight and on just the little moments that have let them down.
It's a tricky one with the way world cricket is and the way they've got to pop in and pop out. He leaves in a couple of games' time, so the Golf Giants lose him. But they seem to have a bit of a resurgence in Gurbaz and what he's able to do out there at the moment. He hit some ginormous 6s tonight. I mean, he didn't quite get his team, obviously, across the line, but he is looking in some good form all of a sudden.
Yeah, him and Sanka, I think both, are big pillars up front. And if one of them gets going, it makes job very, very easy for the others. And today he looked good. But the problem with him is the way he plays. He's a stroke maker and he will give opportunities. He will, hit one in the air and hope that it will drop. But the thing is, he gives a start, what you're looking for. In the power play, if he gets even if he gets 25-30, quick 25-30 is better than getting somebody, you know, who gets 50, you know, run a ball or 40 balls 50. I think it's better. And him and Shankar, I think the two players who are so strong up front. And they're really doing the job.
You want them together, though, don't you? That's the issue.
Yeah, imagine that.
Nissanka started the tournament brilliantly. Yeah. It's just faded away the last couple, and Gurbaz has found that form. That combination gets going, then the Giants are right back in amongst them.
But Moeen Ali also tonight showed just how valuable a player he is to have around, because they were still in it as long as he was at the crease.
Yeah, I mean, that partnership with Omazai was, you know, a crucial partnership. And they looked like they got the Giants back into the mix. They got them back into the game. And it just, again, as Waka said earlier, though, that little moment there in the game when you're 4 down already, you lose one, and then you're into the bowlers or the all-rounders that are coming and having to do a big job to finish things off. Moeen was good with the ball, I thought. You know, he's just such a talented cricketer, and he's in a great space at the moment too. You know, moved his family out here to Dubai. He said his wife and his kids are just in such a great space, and that means he's in a great space as a cricketer at the back end of his career, being able to just relax. If he goes away, he doesn't have any issues or worries about the kids and his wife, and so he can actually express himself a little bit more from a tournament point of view, and I think enjoy the last maybe 2-3 years of his franchise cricket career.
He was great to watch tonight. Just didn't quite get his team across the line, but you know he'll keep trying because he's an absolute pro. Let's have a look at the competition winners from the last couple of nights. Now, we've got a few names here, so stay with me, please. Don't you go anywhere. Let's find out who these lucky winners are on our Z TV quiz from Super Sunday, not Saturday. A reminder that double the number of games means twice the number of prizes. In the afternoon, we asked who was the leading wicket taker in the DP World ILT20 Season 3. The answer, of course, was Fazal Haq Faruqi. Question 2, how many times did My Emirates face Sharjah Warriorz in Season 3? And the answer to that one was 3 times. And the evening game, match 15, we asked the two following questions. Who met the final of the DP World ILT20 Season 3? Dubai Capitals and Desert Vipers. And the second question was who were the unlucky losers in the final? And the answer to that was the Vipers. So congratulations to all of our lucky winners who are on the screen now. For anyone who took part in tonight's quiz, all the results will be announced tomorrow night. So best of luck. Congratulations. Don't forget the old T's and C's apply. Well, I feel like...
The Wasim Akram.
I saw Wasim Akram. He's everywhere.
Did not.
There was a Wasim Akram on there, number 9.
How many are there?
Wasim Akram? I don't know.
We've got 2 here. Oh, we'll keep them coming.
I didn't think you were allowed your phones at the ground.
Simon Dull. Okay, let's move on because this competition keeps on rolling on and it is flying through. We've got the Vipers taking on ADKR. I mean, who's your pick there, Waka?
I'm not saying it now. It's too early to say. Let me sleep.
Have a go, mate.
Let me just sleep over what happened tonight, and we'll come back tomorrow.
For you, Dooley?
Well, the Knight Riders are too good a side on paper to not get a win at some stage, but they just can't find the recipe. They cannot find the recipe at the moment. The Vipers are flying high. To me, they look the most balanced side from a batting and bowling point of view in the tournament. It's easy to say because they're 6 from 6, but at some stage they're going to lose a game. And at some
is it
stage,
going to be to ADKR?
At some stage, that Riders outfit are going to turn up. They're going to get on their bikes at some stage.
I would love that. Has everyone got that visual of everyone Jason Holder on his motorbike turning up to the game? So you'll pick an ADKR?
I'm going to decide tomorrow, Laura, please.
For goodness sake. Well, don't listen to these two. You make your own decision, but make sure you join us tomorrow as the DP World ILT20 continues. Thank you so much for joining us in Sharjah. See you tomorrow.